I think you also have your own consulting company, Somlyay, right?
Correct.
Uh, I'm not. I hope I'm pronunciating it. I mean, my pronunciation is right. I hope.
Yeah, Somlyay. I
Somlyay.
spelled it, so Somlyay. The reason is twofold. Number one, it's the phonetic spelling of sommelier because a lot of people mispronounce it. Sommelier, sommelier. But also it's because I'm a very excited, happy, excited person. So it's like sommelier. So that was the idea.
Right. So tell us more about that. So how did you come up with the concept, and what was it about? Like, how many years are you into it?
Of course. So I started my consultancy after 16 years in this business, and I hear a lot of young sommeliers say, "Oh, I want to be consulting in 3 or 4 years." It's like, well, you don't have anything to offer after 3 or 4 years of experience. You need to put in a little bit more time there. Um,
Right.
but it was twofold. Number one, wine directors, that's an expensive salary position. And while any restaurant with a wine program should have and could benefit from a wine director, many restaurants can't really afford to have a really high quality wine director. So one, I wanted to improve my quality of life and work on my own terms, but also I realized that what I did for one company as an employee, I could provide for multiple companies rather than a full-time salary, but as a once a year or twice a year, I'll come in, I'll help you with your program, the business and finance and operations of it. I'll help you with your physical printed menus and make sure that they're correct and that they're sales tools. I'll train your staff. I'll set something up for you, and then you can take it and make it your own. So I realized that I could provide that service to multiple restaurants, multiple hotels, not just the ones I was working for, while improving my quality of life. But also I recognized that there was a really lack of support, a big lack of support for the supply side of the business. So wineries and distributors and importers and regional organizations are constantly trying to connect with buyers and sommeliers, but it's really hard to bridge that gap. So I wanted to help them with my understanding of what it means to be a buyer, help them improve their business activities through the lens of a buyer, help them with their education, with their press engagement, with their trade engagement, etc. Just help them succeed through the lens of somebody who's on the other side of the line, the dividing line. And then also I love education. So I wanted to be able to teach on behalf of clients, to do private events, consumer events. For instance, I'm the wine educator for Washington, D.C. Smithsonian Institution, which is the national museums. So I do a series of wine classes. I've got 4 coming up digital now. They were supposed to be in person, but because of COVID-19, they're now digital. But at the end of July and through August, I'm doing a number of digital wine education classes on Bordeaux, on Burgundy, on Northern Italy, on Central and Southern Italy, etc. And I just love doing the education and private events. So I thought to myself, I can improve my quality of life, work less hours, have nights, have weekends, have time, with my wife, and my family is my wife and my puppy, but have more time with my family, and also be able to reach more people and do more of the stuff that I enjoy doing. So that's how Somlyay came about. I also do private seller management, so I help collectors acquire wine or sell wine, or authenticate wines, insurance valuation, things of that nature. So I really do everything that relates to wine, and I absolutely love it.
And I think the smile on your face says it, that how much you love this, how much you love it. So I think that can really
I really,
tell a lot.
I really do. It's so
And
rewarding.
lastly, I would, like to ask you, what would be your piece of advice, for people who really want to do something unconventional, who really want to follow their passion, but they're just confused that, whether they should take that leap of faith, or they should just continue how it is and not break the monotony. So, what would be your advice for people?
So I really feel like look, we live in a world where most people need to work to receive money to sustain themselves, their family, their lifestyle, whatever it is. There are very few people in this world that have the fortune and privilege that they don't need to work. So let's forget them for a minute. For anyone that needs to work, there are really 2 ways you can receive a paycheck. You can receive it by doing something that makes you a lot of money, or you can, or a little money or whatever, makes you the money that you need because it makes you the money, or you can do something that you're passionate about that also helps you make money. I would
Right.
strongly suggest the passion side. I mean, what I do could translate to pharmaceutical sales, and I could probably make $500,000 or $1 million a year selling pharmaceuticals. But I would be so miserable doing that because I have no passion for that. So for me, it's not about the money. I'd be lying if I said making a paycheck or a salary wasn't a concern and wasn't important. Of course it is. I need it to survive. I need it to pay for my life. I need it to pay for my family, right? There's no question. But follow your passion. And in the beginning, especially being a sommelier, in the beginning, honestly, the money isn't that great and you might have to make sacrifices, but it is so very much worth it once you find your footing in your career and once you can move through your career on momentum. Um, there's a cliche, if you love what your work, you never work a day in your life. Okay, that's not true. Okay, I love my work, but it's still work. But the thing that makes the hard work bearable is the fact that I love it. Because if I was just in a job where I could just make the most money, I would still be working hard, but I wouldn't love it. The thing that gets you over what all the things that make it hard, whatever those factors are for you, is that passion. So anyone who's interested in wine or becoming a sommelier and is worried, yes, your worry is accurate. It's not the easiest career field to break into. There's no question about it. But do not let that worry prevent you from taking that leap, because if you're truly passionate, you will very quickly rise up in the ranks. You'll make the money that you need to make, and you'll have the financial fulfillment. But even when you're not fully fulfilled financially, you'll be fulfilled emotionally, intellectually, mentally, and that's absolutely key to a healthy life.
So I think patience and persistence, just that's the two important factors which you really
And
need to
passion.
have.
Yeah, patience, passion, persistence. Absolutely.